Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you Game 17 of the 2019 MLS regular season. Now, next episode I'm going to have a big sort of mid-season review. So we're not going to get into too much stuff here today, but I do need to point out that we're just barely holding on to this last playoff spot. We got the two New York teams nipping at our heels. Atlanta United is right there as well, one win away, basically from deposing us from this sixth place position. So we need a win today. We need it pretty badly. So we definitely have to focus on that. So let's take a look at our squad. And a couple of things we have going on is, first of all, we got some injuries, of course. Romero, Andre, and Petrasso are all still out. That's no good. Raheem Edwards, we sent him out on loan and he got injured, so we got a sort of a rash of injuries right now. And then, of course, we have all of our young players out on international duty. See here with the Canada under-20s. Now, what's interesting about them is they've got a pretty big game coming up. They've started playing their Group D in the World Cup group stage. They got one loss and one draw. So they got a really important game coming up. Here they are, Group D. Denmark, South Korea, Canada, and Ghana. They're sitting here with 1 point. They got one game left to go versus South Korea. So if they win this game versus South Korea, they're going to move on. I think they'll move ahead of Ghana. It'll depend on the final score, I guess, if they move ahead of Ghana or not. That is, if Ghana defeats Denmark, which is sort of iffy since Denmark is the top team in this group. But they have already advanced, so maybe they're not going to play as hard as they should. So I think it's up in the air, really, for the under-20s if they're going to advance on to the next round of the World Cup. And I'd really like to see them do that, because of how many of our players are on the team. But then on the other hand, if they don't advance, then that means we'll have a few more reserves handy just in case we need them. Now, these guys have played pretty well. Franco Vasquez with a 7.57 average rating. Irvin Mendy, 7.83. Montero, the goalkeeper, 7.0 rating. Carrera, 6.96, ain't bad. What's interesting about this group, or what's strange about this group, is they didn't actually take our best prospect with them. They didn't take Chevalier down here. He's a big, strong central defender. They could probably use this guy. I was watching some of the highlights of the games, and they were sort of getting beat right down the middle. And so I think they could actually use Chevalier. I don't know why they didn't pick him. Maybe they just, I don't know, they didn't think he was good enough, or they had too many central defenders, or who knows what. Whatever the reason, they didn't pick him. And hopefully they don't need him, but you never know. All right, so anyway, back to our game. We're going with the formation number 2, because last game we lost using the 4-1-2-3 DM wide, so might as well go back to Form 2 and see if because that had worked for us in the last few games. So we'll go back to that. We got Dupuis and Mancosu on the bench. Hassler going to move Nasco up into the reserves. Taylor also in the reserves. Salmon and Crapeau. So let's go hand that over to the assistant coach. And we are going to play Philadelphia Union. They're 2 points ahead of us in the standing. So a win here moves us ahead of them and puts us a little bit more securely in the playoffs. And it's something we got to start thinking about here now that we're at mid-season. I mean, there's still a long way to go, but we can't get too far behind some of these other teams, namely the Columbus Crew, who are just, running away with things. So we have to start thinking about that. All right. Andre is coming back from his injury, but he's still not match fit, so we're not going to play him. Luckily, Piet isn't on international duty. Luckily, it's Mostly our under 20 guys who are in international duty, so we don't have to worry about that. And here we go versus Philadelphia. What's Philadelphia been up to lately? They are fair in their recent form. 2 wins coming back to back in their last 2 games, so they might have found a little bit of form. Meanwhile, we're a little inconsistent here. Obviously, we lost our last game. 2 wins and 2 draws in the 4 games before that. So it's an even-Steven matchup. Take a look at the overview here for Philadelphia. They got an injury. Cuevas has been injured for 2 or 3 days, so he's out. Espinoza also injured, out for 3 weeks, so he ain't coming back. So they're going to have to find some new players. Look at all the scrubs they got on their team. What is up with this? Philadelphia has 4 scrubs on their team. That's like unbelievable. 5 scrubs on their team. How is that even possible? They don't have that many injured players. Just not, and they got 2 lone players as well. They're just not a very good job of managing their roster. I don't know how they're playing so well. They must be like so far over the salary cap that they can't even. They just can't even. They can't even have any players. Let's take a look at their registration. Yeah, they are. Well, they're 50,000 under the cap. 3 designated players: Vermeer, Akam, and Bedoya. That's fine. Pico, Sapong. I mean, they could use a couple of. I mean, why not just go grab some off-budget players? Grab some reserves so that you don't have to worry about your salary cap. I don't know. Bad roster selection. Anyway, let's submit our team, not worry about their team. Let's get going. So, you know, maybe they don't have the reserves to deal with. They don't have the reserves to deal with these injuries, but I guess we'll see. They got Vermeer in goal. Romney, he's a guy recognized. He played for us in LAFC, correct? Dave Romney, it sounds familiar anyway. Played with him at some version of the game. Anyway, he's a pretty solid defender back there. I don't see any scrubs right now, but they do have a very, very formidable top 3: Pico, Sapong, Akam, Kawasi, Bedoya, and Caldwell in the middle. That's a good midfield too. So they do have good players on the field, and I guess that's what matters. Meanwhile, we got Lutweiler in goal, Tran, Duverne back at fullback, Cabrera, Jaguar back from injury. Going to throw him right back in the mix. He's taking the captain's armband as well. That's interesting. Piet, Teder in the midfield, Vargas, Mane on the wings, Jackson Amel, and Laren up top. Is Akam their leading goal scorer? No, he has their most assists. 5 goals, 5 assists in 15 appearances. Guess that means Pico is their top goal scorer with 6 goals. And Bedoya is probably their best average player. Yep, 7.15. All right. So everybody you would expect to be good is good. Guess that's good for them. All right, let's go. We're the favorites, I guess. Whatever. Oh, team instructions. Can't forget that. Apply that advice there. Definitely close down on Akam and Pico and Sapong. Can't leave any of those guys. Looks like this guy Yarrow is going forward. Mark him. What's he all about? 25-year-old Ghanaian. I mean, he's okay. Nothing to be too worried about, but if he's coming forward, we'll mark him. No reason to leave those fullbacks alone bombing down the sideline. Here we are. Lovely, lovely home game. Saputo Stadium. Not a full crowd, of course, because we're not playing Toronto. It's the only time we get a full house, apparently. But Jaguar in his ball-winning role. See how he does. Vargas gets one forward to Jackson. Forward to Laren. Going to get an early attempt, and the goalkeeper just fell over. Vermeer slipped on a puddle or something. It is raining pretty hard, but he fell over before the shot even went over his head. So amazing, we score with like 20 seconds, maybe even less. Let's look at this, see, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 seconds, and he just falls over. That's so... Whatever, we'll take it. We'll take an early goal for sure. Nothing better than an early goal at home. David Akam's going to try to even things up. Our defense is switching around. Tran with a nice header. Bedoya leaves Sapong wide open. Yeah, our defense switched so far over to cover David Akam that they just left Sapong wide open. So here's our central defender getting out to cover him, along with our defensive midfielder. There's our left fullback getting over to the right-hand side for that header, leaving Sapong wide open. So our central defense got a little mixed up there, and they even it up. 3 minutes gone, 2 goals. That's pretty wild. Here's Vargas, corner kick. Sends it into Gajer. Not going to win that header. He's not really a strong player in the air. Duvern's going to bomb it to Mane on the right-hand side. He's going to center it to Laren. Laren has it. Goal again. Nice. 2 by Laren already. 4.5 minutes in. 4:45. And there's 3 goals in the game. This could be a wild one. So Bedoya tries to clear it, but Duvern just bombs it. Mane uses that speed. Nice pass. And then Laren with his calm finishing. Calm demeanor just knocks it in. And there we go. We got the lead back again. Let's go, boys. 2-1. Happy with that. Home crowd likes all the goals. Now maybe we should... Oh boy. Vargas loses it to Sapong, and it looks like Philadelphia's going to start the counterattack. Akam... Okay. Okay, so that's Cabrera on the left-hand side, correct? Yes. 35 is Gajer, 36 is Cabrera. Okay, that's where I was getting confused. And then what's our defensive midfielder? Piet, what's his number? 29. I'm so unused to some of these guys playing. I mean, I should be used to Cabrera by now. He's played every game. But I just never really looked at their numbers. All right, here's Laren. Sends one across. Couldn't get one to the target man at the back post there, but Vermeer gathers it in. All right, let's concentrate here. Let's concentrate. Cabrera bombs one downfield. Not sure who this highlight is for at the moment. Bedoya Kouassi. Try to slow things down a little bit. Romney's moving forward. That's not really his forte. Maybe we can put some pressure on him and win the ball. Bedoya out to Picot. He gets it out to Romney. Oh, great pass to Akam, but an even better save by Lutweiler. All right, forget what I said about Romney. I guess he does get forward a little bit. I think he's got like 10 crossing is what I remember. Yep, 9 to 11 crossing. That's probably 10. Should we try to retain possession? It's not really our thing. But we'll see if Philadelphia keeps getting too many highlights. Maybe we'll think about it. Here's Bedoya to Kouassi. Again, Philadelphia on the attack. Sends one forward. David Akam behind the defense. That was awful. Was he not offside? He was not. The little yellow flag man down here is checking his watch. So let's see, where is he? He's right there. Looks to me like he's behind everybody. Oh, he just gets onside. I think our guys are a little mixed up here. Cabrera and Gajer, we're going to switch them around. And Gajer, we're going to let him continue to be his ball-playing defender, but we're going to put him on the left-hand side. Cabrera on the right. I just think that's how they've usually played. But I wanted to get the ball-playing defender on the right because I've got the Segundo Volante on the left. So maybe that's actually not a good idea. So here we go now. Akam around Jaguar. Terrible shot, but I don't like the way he's just going around Jaguar. Our whole defense, other than Tran, are playing pretty bad. 6.4 ratings. As you can see, we've already got 2 goals scored against us. Here's Tran winning another header, but Philadelphia gathers it in at midfield. Caldwell up to Akam. Gets it out wide to Picot. He sneaks one past it. Today is not a day for defense. Our defense is looking horrific. I don't know who to blame. Cabrera? I mean, that's his side of the field now. I mean, that was the fullback that got beat, but still Cabrera way out of position. You know, maybe it's because we're tightly marking all these guys that we're just getting pulled out of position. Pico heads one on. There's Cabrera. He's in where he's supposed to be. Drops it back. All right, let's get one back. Let's tie it up. 3-3. Here's Laren on the attack. Gets it out wide to Mane. Mane out wide. Loops one in. Jackson Amel fouled. Let's see who's going to take the penalty. We will let Jackson take his own penalty. How about that? He earned it. He won it. Let's give it to him. Here we go. He's a better finisher. He's a striker. Let's go. Let's even it up. There it is. Nice. 6 goals in the first half. This is an insane game. I just spilled some water. I mean, it took a penalty kick, but we did it. We evened it up. So we got to think about something in the second half of, you know, some kind of defensive abilities. Either switch out the central defenders or do something. You know, I'm considering looking for a goalkeeper for the in the transfer window. We don't have a lot of salary cap room, that's the thing. And we don't have a lot of allocation money either. We got like 200,000 allocation money. That would be enough to sign somebody. But do we want to do that? I don't know. We just signed Lutweiler last year. I don't know. Maybe we could just hope for another magical season from Crepeau. We could throw Crepeau in there, give him a few starts in a row, and see if he can do better than 3-3. I mean, this is outrageous. It's not like any of these goals have been spectacular goals. They've just sort of gone in. So this is the kind where you do kind of blame the goalkeeper on some of these goals. Do I dare make a mid-game goalkeeper change? I don't know. I'm going to pause it here for a second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to pause it because I had a massive sneeze building up and I didn't want to sneeze directly into the microphone. So it is a little hard to blame the goalkeeper when you're looking at the defense at 6.3s across the board here. So who do we blame, Cabrera or Gajer? I'm going to blame Cabrera at this point. So, I'm going to move Gajer back to the right. And we're going to bring in Taylor at central defense. Maybe not the best idea, but we're going to do it. We got to change something up. And then if that doesn't work, we can move Duvern down and bring in Salmon. No problems there. Anybody else having serious issues? Nobody else having too bad of an issue. Vargas with a 6.5, but we'll leave him in there, no problems. Jackson Amell 7.4, so it's not our strikers, that's for sure. Analysis, do we got anything? Possession. Whipped crosses. Okay, we'll think about that. Go to the dressing room, pep talk. Assertive. We can still win this? No. No. All right. Start the second half. Let's go. Taylor in at center back for Cabrera. Now, assistant coach didn't complain about Cabrera. They complained about Gajer, but you know, they were 50-50 in terms of which guy was playing bad. They were both playing bad, so it didn't matter who we took out. All right, there ends the first highlight. Let's add the whipped crosses in there. I mean, we can try retaining possession, see what that does for us. Probably not a lot, but we'll see. Okay, here is Philadelphia on the attack. Picot. Looks like they're slow playing it. Akam gets it upfield. A good interception by Vargas. Gets it back to Tran, who bombs it forward. Jackson on the run behind the defense. He's got a goal. I was about to say, he's got Laren wide open, but he's not giving it up. He's scoring it himself. That brings us up to 4th place. 4-3 victory here if we hold on. There's still a lot of time left, but that was a bad turnover when they were on the attack, and then Tran just bombs it. There's Jackson. Look at Laren wide open. Doesn't matter. Vermeer, I mean, buddy, you're getting played as a designated player. You should probably not be letting in 4 goals, especially 3 in the first half. There we are, 4th place currently, above Philadelphia and Chicago. Looks like Chicago's losing as well. Can we look at the scores? Latest scores. Nope, Chicago's not even playing apparently. New York though is in a draw with Seattle, so that'll keep them behind us as well. All right, 70 minutes, so we've taken some time off the clock. Here's Laren. Gives it back to Duvern, who sends it into Jackson. He gets the header. Vermeer finally makes a stop. Good for him. Let's see where this highlight goes. He loops one downfield. Piet wins the header. Caldwell gets it up to Bedoya. Bedoya plays it to Kouassi. Forward. Picot has it. He's got David Akam in the box. And David Akam scores, splits the defense. He had 2 men on him, but it didn't matter. He split them anyway. Kouassi just sort of knocks one. Beats our right fullback. Both our central defenders just standing there. I mean, to be fair, they had him bracketed, but just... Ugh is all I can say. All right, here we go again. Laren centers it to Piet. Piet looking out wide to Vargas. Vargas shot just wide. 73 minutes. All right. 4-4 draw. It's unbelievable. Defense is playing slightly better, I guess. Duvern and Gajer are still not playing well. Here's Duvern with the throw-in. Gets it to Laren. Back to Duvern. He sends it across. His pass is intercepted, but Taylor is there moving forward to Vargas. Vargas is dispossessed. Yarrow. Com can't gather it in. Back to Taylor. Taylor bombs it ahead. Mane outside. He heads it into the box. Tadair gathers it in, continues the attack. Mane gets it to Kyle Laren. Laren Oh, what a pass to Jackson for his second goal. Wow. No, that's his third goal. Hat trick. Cartwheel celebration and hat trick. 5-4. Unbelievable. Mane. Hayduk. Heads it to Tadair. Hayduk is a guy, he's a draft pick. He's like one of the best players in the draft this season, but he made a mistake there. Okay, 80 minutes and rolling. Gonna make another sub. I'm gonna bring in Salmon for Duverne. He's a little tired. He's playing the worst. Gajer has improved himself a little bit. He's up to 6.5. So Duverne is the one who's sort of lagging behind now. Everybody else is fine. So we'll make that sub. Let's see if we can stabilize the defense. Taylor has kind of stabilized that left-hand side. 87, 88. Let's go. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes left. Clock is rolling. 2 minutes left. 1 minute. Corner from Tadair. Drops it back to Laren. Piet has it. Piet with the shot. Oh, easy tap in from Taylor. Offside. Yeah. Boy, the highlights are fast and furious now. 15 seconds left. Salmon wins the header. Hunter gets it forward. Salmon again. Playing well, the reserve. Jackson pumps it forward for Laren. Laren gets it ahead to Mane. Nope, Hayduk is there. Is this going to be it? We're 5 seconds over. Throw in Salmon. Where's the whistle? Laren, there's foul by Caldwell. Whistle. 30 seconds. Vargas sends one into Gajer. Can't win the header. Laren. Highlights still going. There it is. Oh my gosh. 5-4 victory. That was insanity. Take a look at some of these stats here. 3 goals for Jackson, 2 goals for Laren. I mean, that's what we envisioned at the beginning of the season, like those two guys dominating up front. And so this is, one of the, I can't say one of the few times this season, but one of the few times this season when they've both been on fire in the same game. That's a lot of goals to come from 2 guys. So that's really good. Really good. All right, analysis. Heat map here. The bimbos were all straight down the middle. We didn't have much in terms of a pattern you can discern other than just sort of flat across the midfield. I guess it kind of mirrors our shape of our formation, right? Here's our 2 midfielders, here's our 2 wingers, and here's our 2 strikers down the middle. So I guess sort of a hammerhead formation. Guess that's okay. They had everything circling. Look at this big heat spot right around David Accam. So they were trying to get the ball to Accam, and they did so. We had more shots on target, more possession. That's interesting. They had a lot more fouls. Team analysis. Summary. 6 saves from Lutweiler. I guess he played okay. Vermeer had 9 save shots, so if he hadn't made those saves, we'd have scored a lot more. 5 mistakes from Gajer, so maybe he was the one to blame on the defense. Mane played well. At least, our midfield ran a lot, completed a lot of passes. Yeah, everybody played pretty well except for defensively, giving up 4 goals. All right, get to the dressing room. Well done. That was a good win, I guess. Sure. I don't like being sort of passive-aggressively negative, so, or passive-aggressively positive either, I suppose. Preki suggests Chanot at fault for controversial penalty. It was a tight call. One I might not have given, but Maxime has unfortunately given the officials. So this is the guy that we wanted to draft this season in the waiver draft, the December waiver draft. So he didn't play so well, I guess. Got that penalty against him. But man, he looks so good. Look at his... how did we beat this guy for 5 goals? I don't know. But he's really good. Really good. All right. So that helps us out. That gets us 23 points, 4th place in the Eastern Conference. Looking good. 8th place in the Supporters Shield. So we'll take a more in-depth look at this in our next video. We'll do a sort of a mid-season review. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.